Ed Options, what is up? This is Luke coming to you with Level 3 Buzz Communication. Okay, so we're going to provide you with a couple of options here, but as you can see, the objectives for this tutorial will be a screenshot of a communication thread with a student or students using a mobile-friendly communication tool. This particular video is going to focus on Google Voice, your ability to make calls and texts to students without giving out your actual phone number. Okay, we're going to do this through Google. Okay, the other piece is, again, as you can see right over here, the thoughtful reflection. How does using mobile-friendly communication increase student success? Okay, so here we go. We're going to go a little backwards today. First thing we're going to need to do is establish that Google Voice account, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sign into Google and I'm going to head over to voice.google.com. All right, so you can see way up here in the top in my URL bar that I've headed over here to voice.google.com. And what I'm going to need to do to be successful here is I'm going to need to set up this account. Okay, so like with anything else Google, I've got to accept their terms. I'm going to click proceed and it's going to create my Google Voice account. Okay. Now here's an option. I want to use my mobile number, and again, this is something we're avoiding here. We do not want to give out our actual number. So what we want to do is give out a new number. So you're going to indicate here that you want a new number. Okay. Now here's the thing. You're going to give out this alias number, right? But you're going to forward that on to your actual number. Okay, so what you're going to do here is you're going to put in your phone number, 209 555 5555, and you're going to hit continue right there. So you can see here that I've got a message saying that it wants to verify my forwarding number. So you can also see way over there my phone, right? So I'm going to go ahead and have Google call me now. Okay. Looks like we lost my phone there. I'm getting it call right here. Okay, so you can see that I'm going to accept. And Google's asking me for my 2-digit verification code, right? So there's my phone just came back. So I'm going to put in 49 like the screen says. So it said, hey, do you want to do a voicemail? I'm going to take a pass on that. I'm going to set it up later. So I'm going to hang up. Okay, so now what I've got to do is basically I can try to match up a phone number, 209 437 HIBS, HIB, HIBB, or something like that. So word or phrase, I can try to get it to match. Or I can simply just put an area code. So I'm going to stick 209 in there and I'm going to have it search for numbers. And at this point, I get a list of numbers that I can choose from to be my Google number, right? There is no consequence where it is. As you can see, there's Sonora, Fresno, Stockton. Doesn't matter. It's all web-based, right? So I'm going to go with good old Sonora. I'm going to rep Sonora at 209-213-2081. That's going to be my new Google number. Okay, so I've decided that's going to be it, and I'm going to say that that is now my new Google number. Okay, so right here, all I'm going to do is finish up, and as you can see, my Google number is now set up. So I don't have to really write that number down because again, way over there, you can see again my Google Voice account will reflect my number. Okay, so now that's the number there that I'm going to give out to students, right? So I might make a Google post in classroom like we've talked about in the previous two pieces of this badge, right? Like I might make a class announcement. I might make a direct message to a student that contains that number so that way they can get a hold of me, right? So many of our students have busy lives and how they like to interact is text, right? So you can see over here in the top left-hand corner, I have clicked the text button. I have composed a message to this number, a student of mine, Bert Lowe, you might know him. And you can see here is the text that I have written. Now, I'm not on my phone, texting away with my thumbs. I'm doing this on my laptop right here. I'm typing this message, as you can see, right? Keyboard in here on my keyboard. So again, I'm using the power of text, which again is a convenient way for kids to interact, or students, right? Because of their busy lives, and I'm going to communicate in that capacity, right? So what I need now, again, is to get a thread going here with a student of mine. Okay, so I'm going to simulate that with Bert here, and we'll see what he says if he has any questions, right? Because that's what I'm asking him. Hey Bert, this is Mr. H. Do you have any questions about the lesson today, English 1, Module 4, Lesson 2? Again, if you were to post this number in a message or a class-wide announcement, the student might be the first one to initiate that contact. But I'm just going to reach out to Bert here in a text message through my Google Voice account. So I'm going to go ahead and send that text, and we'll see what the great Bert Lowe has to say when he gets back to me. You can see there that the message was sent, and we'll go ahead and pause this until Bert gets back to me. While we wait for Bert to get back to me, what I'd also like to point out to you, in addition to calling Bert or texting Bert, I can call him, right? So there's a link right here to be able to call this individual. And again, not through my phone, but through the computer. And again, this number right over here, this 209-213-2081, that is not my number. It's my Google number. That's what the students will see. They will not see my actual phone number. And again, because of that setup piece that I did on the front end, when a student calls me here at Google, it will forward it onto my phone. All right, so as you can see, Bert has gotten back to me right over here. I asked him if he had any questions about the language arts, and he responded. He was wondering what the due date for the assignment was, and if there's a Google Doc template that he can use for that assignment. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to text back to him again, right? So there's the text window, and again, this threaded discussion will stay with this same feed. Okay, so I can go back and I kind of have a record of a dialogue and how I've tried to support this student. So let me compose a message back to Bert. I'll drop a link in there for his template, but then we'll move on to the documenting piece, because now I've got a threaded discussion over here, which is what I need for this level 3 badge. Alright, so I've added a response text to Bert. I've answered his question with the due date. I've also provided him a Google Doc template that he can use to get the ball rolling for his assignment. So again, I'm going to hit send. And again, you will see here in just a second that there is now a threaded discussion here, again, which is what's required for the level 3 badge. Okay, so here we go. It is Nimbus time. All right, so what I'm going to do is come up, as usual, grab my N for Nimbus, and I'm going to get my selected area tool out, and I'm just going to simply come down here and nab this shot. Here are my threaded discussion. I'm going to shrink that down so I can get it all in here. Right, there is my threaded discussion in Google Voice. I'm going to go ahead and get all that stuff in the shot right there. And remember, I'm going to go edit pencil to be able to mark this thing up. Okay, so there is my screenshot. There are my tools at the top. I'm now going to mark up my Nimbus shot. Right, so you know me by now, draw a note. That's how I roll. So I'm going to come right in here, and I'm going to make 2 notes this time. This is going to be my conversation with my student. Okay, so clearly documenting the conversation with student. And I'm going to do one more piece here with a draw note. And I just want to point out my fancy new Google number, right? So here is my Google Voice number. Okay, so what I'm going to do again is distribute that Google Voice number in a message, in a class-wide announcement, so that way the kids can get a hold of me, I can get a hold of them without giving out my actual number. You guys are familiar with these next steps. Okay, we're going to come up here to done, and again, efficiency plays. So I'm going to save this image. You're going to save it to your Chromebook. I'm going to save mine to my desktop. This will be level 3, I'm going to call it. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and save that. Now we're ready to insert thoughtful reflection portfolio time. All right, there it is. There's my portfolio. Okay, communication tab. I've already submitted for level 1. Submitted for level 2. Here we go. Header. Section break. Communication level 3. Okay, so again, I'm going to double click out here. I've got an image. Remember, I'm going to select that file from my computer. And remember, I called mine level 3, so I should be able to find mine here under L for level 3. Boom. Remember, my portfolio is going to want me to upload that image, so here comes the upload. There is my Nimbus screenshot. Make that nice and large, ready to go. You can clearly see my sweet new Google Voice number, along with my threaded discussion to Bert over there. I hope I didn't interrupt family dinner with all those texts back and forth. But now I'm ready to lock this thing up with the thoughtful reflection. Okay, so here we go. You know how I do by now. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to nab the actual question right from the description. Back to my portfolio because I'm working a couple of tabs here. I've got text, paste her in. Remember, I like to make it stand out a little bit with the heading format. And now I'm going to thoughtfully respond to the reflection here. How does using a mobile-friendly communication tool increase student access? Thoughtful reflection. Right over there. Okay, so now I'm ready. Nice and polished. Okay, got my section break, communication level 3. You know what I'm going after. My artifact, my evidence, my threaded discussion, Google Voice number. It's all good. Thoughtful reflection. There she is. 2 steps left. Okay, come up and publish. Remember, that's the equivalent of a save, right? After I save, again, here is the edit link. Don't want to do this again. Want to do it once, right? So I come up and I view the published site. You guys get the pattern by now. That is the home page to the public site. Do not submit that link. We're going to come down here to the communication tab. This again is the published link, the one I'm going to copy, the one I'm going to take over here to Buzz, the one I'm going to put into the Dropbox right there in the web address area. That's the ticket. You are at options. Keep up the good work, everybody. Threaded discussion, mobile friendly tool, Google Voice, free, fun, get some, ed options. Yeah.